flower cable stitch. Let's get started. Hi y'all. Today I want to show you how to knit this beautiful flower cable stitch. I just said cable, but it's not cable knitting. Looks like a cable knitting, so it's quite easy. So why don't you try it? It's beautiful design for sweaters and stuff. Okay, and this is just a sample knitting. Okay, so be aware of it. Okay, my cast on number is 45, but I'll tell you, cast on should be multiple of 14 plus 1. Okay, again, my cast on number is 45, which is 14 times 3 plus 1 plus 2. Okay, first and last stitch just for the clear edge. Okay, and I add 2 markers, big 14, 14 and 15 stitches. And then first and last stitch are just for the clean edge. So those two don't include in the pattern. Okay, so I have 45 stitch to start, and I add garter stitch for a little bit, for a few rows. Okay, and again, I did already knit row 1 to row 36 once already, and after that I just have to knit from row number 5 to row number 36. Okay, so you just have to start from row number 1 to row number 4, but it's super easy. You can follow my written pattern, and by the way, written patterns are in my description box, so just check. Okay, so I'm gonna start again on row number 5. So you start row number 1 to row number 4, and then watch this. Okay, because again, row number 1 to row number 4 is very simple knitting, so I don't even have to tell you how to do. Anyway, first and last stitch is just clean edge, so don't include. Okay, and in my written pattern there's heart mark, star and little star marks. That's because it's hard to write it down. It's gonna be long written pattern. So okay, so row number 5, right side. Okay, repeat of purl 1, then heart, which means knit 1 in second stitch and third down. So second stitch and third down. You know what I'm saying? Third means 1, 2, 3 stitch down. So as you can see, there's a little, hole, right? And second stitch, 3 down. And knit 1 there. This is extra stitch, right? And then knit 3 from left needle. Then you go back to that second, third stitch there and knit 1 there again. So 2 extra stitch. Looks like a heart, looks like a flower, right? That's a heart, okay? And purl 7. Then another heart after that, okay? Which is, I wrote it down, knit 1 in second and third down stitch. So right there, that's the second. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 down. There we go. And knit 1 stitch there, extra, and knit 1, 2, 3 from the left needle, then again go back that spot, and then knit one more extra. So 5 stitch total there. And slide the marker and bracket repeats. So heart means knit 1 in second and third down stitch, then knit 3, then one more extra knit in that same spot. So did you get it? So if you see heart mark, you have to do this. And everything in my written pattern. So don't worry about it. And purl 7. And you got to do one more heart. There you go. Second stitch, 3 down. 1, 2, 3, and one more extra in that spot. Okay, you hold it and then put the needle in. Otherwise you're gonna slip, the stitch off. So, try to hold them, okay? And then slide the marker and repeat again. So the last batch has 15 stitches because can you see, after the bracket, there's one more, stitch to go, which is purl 1. Okay, so there you go. This is the first heart, and then purl 7. Then one more heart to go, which is second and third down. And knit 1 stitch there. 1, 2, 3. Easy, right? Yeah, I think so. And then knit 3 stitch from left needle. Then knit another extra. There we go. Then bracket ends, then purl 1. And last stitch is just for the clear edge, so I'm not gonna talk about it, okay? And row number 6, wrong side. Okay, slide the stitch, that's for clear edge, and purl 1, then repeat starts. So star means, okay, behind the flower stitch, heart stitch, okay? Yarn front, slip 1 purl. This is the extra stitch, do you remember? Yeah, extra stitch. And then purl 3. So 3 stitch in between the, extra, right? And that's another extra. So keep the working yarn front and then slip purlwise. And then purl 7. Then after purl 7, another star. You know what I'm saying? Star is, behind the heart. So keep the working yarn front and slip 1 purlwise and purl 3 and slip again. That's it. And then purl 1. Then repeat start, which is star. Slip 1 purlwise. And then purl 3. 1, 2, 3. Then slip purlwise again, which is extra. Okay? So I should say, slip 1 purl over extra stitch and everything else is pretty much purl. That's it. Quite simple. But I just want to make sure. Okay? So this is regular stitch, so just a purl and purl. No. Oh, Yeah, that's okay. That wasn't purl. And this one, slide, purl 3. I don't really have to, tell you because, row number 6 is quite easy. The star is easy. And hard, it's, it's not that bad. Seriously, this pattern is not difficult at all. Looks difficult, you know, but it's not. And row number 7, I have to show you whenever, new technique comes. So you already know, but I have to do it, okay, for the beginner people. Anyway, the this in this row, you have to do yarn over, and it's actually yarn over from purl to knit to purl, so it's a little confusing. So purl 1 and yarn over, which is yarn front, okay, yarn over, okay, from purl to knit. Just keep the working yarn front. That's why I said YF, yarn front. Then SSK, okay, that, extra thing, S, slip, slip, knit. Then knit 1, then knit 2 together. So I increased extra, right? And now I decreased. So, and that's the yarn over. Okay? Did you get that? I hope so. And purl 2 together. Then purl 3, another purl 2 together, then SSK. That extra thing, and then regular knit, SSK. And knit 1, then knit 2 together. Okay, so now yarn over. It says double yarn over because yarn over, okay, from knit to purl. So 1 and 2. And the yarn over has to be before the marker. And then purl. You got it? So it's just a 1 yarn over. Okay? And then repeat, right? Oh, no. I didn't yarn over. There you go. So yarn over, keep the working yarn front, and then SSK. So you really have to be careful, yarn over from purl to knit, yarn over from knit to purl. Okay? If it's yarn over from, knit to knit or purl to purl, it's easy, right? So that's why I said yarn over, but yarn front or double yarn over. So if you see double yarn over, you have to do what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there you go. So double yarn over because from knit to purl. There you go. And then, another yarn over. Keep the working yarn front. There you go. From purl to knit. Then SSK. I actually kept forgetting yarn over. So you gotta be careful. Okay? Because if you forgot to do yarn over, you change the stitch count. Okay? And you're gonna ruin the whole design. And I think that's all for, row number 7. Pretty much straightforward except the yarn over. Okay, and then I have to actually show you row number 8 because there's now little dot, little star. Okay, purl 1 with the little star. Can you see? That's actually behind the yarn over part. Okay, so purl 1 to start and then repeat kicks in. There you go. That's yarn over. Okay, if you see little star, I want you to purl back loop from back. I just did. I'll show you more times, so don't worry about it. So purl 1 with little dot has to be purl back loop from back, because if you just purl regular way, it's going to be big gap, and I don't want that. So that's why. There you go. Another yarn over, so little dot. Okay, so back loop from back, like that. Looks difficult, but it's not. Okay, then purl. Slide the marker and repeat. There you go, yarn over. Okay, this is how you remember. You have to knit the stitch connecting to next stitch. So as you can see, front loop connecting previous. So the back loop connecting next, right? But the back is right side, which is knitting side. So knitting is the other way, right? You don't put the needle straight in. That's why purl back loop from back. That's how you remember. If you see little dot star, okay? And everything else, just regular purl, okay? So knit, no, purl the loop connecting to next stitch. There we go. There you go. If you flip that way, the front loop is connecting next. So you can actually put the needle straight in. You know what I'm saying? So whichever. But I like this way. I mean, I don't have to flip the loop. That's because I want to put the needle straight in, right? So it's up to you. If you don't like to knit back loop from back, you think it's too difficult, you can flip the loop, whichever. But anyway, if you do this way, you can avoid the big gap. Okay? So that's it. And you just have to, keep knitting and see you row number 15. And there we go, row number 15. Everything else was actually same method, but this time there's one new technique. Okay, this is easy. So keep the working yarn front and SSK, knit 1 and knit 2 together. I just actually did the purl 1. It's supposed to be knit 1. Anyway, purl 3 together. This is the new technique. There we go. And rest of them, you already know what to do. Go, knit 2 together. And now I just did knit 1, but earlier I think I made the purl. Anyway, double yarn over and purl 2. Then the bracket ends, then purl 1. That's it. Okay? And next, row number 31. Okay? This was actually quite interesting. Okay? Everything is, you all know already. I don't really have to tell you. But the stitch count is a little bit, different. Changes. So let's, go through together. Okay, so purl 2 together to start. This is outside of the bracket, okay? And then repeat starts. SSK. Okay, slip, slip, knit. Then knit 1, then knit 2 together, yarn over, double yarn over, and then purl 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then yarn over, but keep the yarn front, and then SSK. So you have to repeat bracket, right? And knit 1. I just want to make sure so I'm actually thinking, okay? Knit 1, then knit 2 together. There you go. And there's only one stitch left, but I have to do purl 3 together. So remove the marker and then purl 3 together. There you go. And then keep knitting. So the repeat. So go back to SSK after purl 3 together. Okay? So now there's no yarn over. I'm thinking. I just want to make sure everything is okay. And it is okay. And there you go. SSK, go back to front. I'm still now I know why looks like I did yarn over. There you go. So I'm sorry. Now, yeah, purl 3 together. Okay, that's good. That's good. Then go back to SSK. Repeat. Sorry about that. And then knit 1, knit 2 together, double yarn over, then purl 5, 3, 4, 5, and then keep the working yarn front, then SSK, knit 1, and knit 2 together. And there you go, there's only one stitch left, but I have to do purl 3 together. So deja vu, right? Remove the marker and then purl 3 together. So there's no marker anymore, okay? So make sure yarn front, then purl 3 together, and then bracket ends because there's only, few rows left, right? So after the bracket ends, purl 3 together, SSK to start. Pretty much same. Knit 1 and knit 2 together, double yarn over, purl 5, and yarn over, which is yarn front. Yeah, and then SSK, knit 1 and knit 2 together. And after knit 2 together, if this was, with some bracket, purl 3 together, but this time only purl 2 together to end. That's row 31. That's it. And then row 32, wrong side. Okay? Simple knitting pattern, but I want you to put the marker back on. So purl 1 to start, right? And then bracket starts. purl 3 and little dot purl 1. So back loop thing. Yeah, there you go. And purl 5. And then little dot purl 1. So back loop and purl 4. After purl 4, bracket ends, right? So I want you to place the marker back on. There you go. And do it again. So repeat starts, purl 3, da 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 da, and put the marker back on. That's it. So this is, small sample knitting. So maybe you don't need to have the marker, but if you're knitting sweater and put this design all over your, the body, it's gonna be quite big, project, right? So it's easy for you to get confused. So I would recommend you to, use the marker to make sure. Okay. Anyway, so I place the second marker back on, and that's it. Okay, and then go back to just where you are. After this, row number 33, 4, 5, and 6. This pattern finish row number 36. Again, if you do row number 1 to row number 36 once, you have to repeat from row number 5 to row number 36. As many as you want. That's about it. Okay? So, simple, easy enough, and beautiful result. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.